Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young man. He was known throughout the village for his laziness and tendency to avoid responsibility. He would sleep late into the morning, procrastinate on tasks, and always find excuses to avoid work. His life was a series of half-finished projects and unfulfilled promises. Whenever things went wrong, the young man would become angry and blame others, never once accepting that his own actions, or lack thereof, were the root cause. One day, while wandering aimlessly through the forest to escape his mounting responsibilities, the young man stumbled upon a serene monastery. Curious and with nothing better to do, he entered the peaceful grounds. There, he met an elderly monk, who sat quietly under a banyan tree, reading a book. The monk noticed the young man's weary expression and invited him to sit. The young man, without much thought, complied, finding the calm presence of the monk somewhat comforting. After a moment of silence, the monk spoke. "Tell me, why do you look so troubled?" The young man hesitated at first but then poured out his frustrations, the endless cycle of procrastination, the anger, the constant failures, and the blame he placed on others. The monk listened patiently, nodding occasionally, without a trace of judgment on his face. The young man after finished, the monk said, "You are like a boat that is anchored to the shore, yet you expect to sail to distant lands. But as long as you avoid your responsibilities and blame others, you will remain stuck." The young man, taken aback by the monk's words, asked, "But what can I do? I've tried to change, but nothing works." The monk smiled and replied, "Change is not about trying, it's about doing. It is about cultivating habits that transform your life, just as a gardener tends to a plant until it bears fruit. Let me tell you a story. There were once two trees, a bamboo and an oak, planted side by side. The oak grew quickly, spreading its branches wide and tall. The bamboo, on the other hand, seemed to grow very slowly, barely a few inches in its first year. But the bamboo was not idle. Beneath the surface, it was growing deep roots, preparing for the long journey ahead. Years passed, and the oak became proud of its height, while the bamboo remained humble. One day, a great storm came. The oak, with its towering height and shallow roots, was uprooted and fell. The bamboo, however, bent with the wind, its deep roots keeping it firmly in place. When the storm passed, the bamboo stood tall, while the oak lay broken on the ground. The monk paused, letting the story sink in before continuing. Like the bamboo, you must first grow deep roots, habits that will anchor you through life's storms. Start with small changes, but be consistent. The young man was intrigued. "But what kind of habits should I cultivate?" he asked. The monk responded, "There are some habits that can transform your life. Number 1. Embrace responsibility *. The monk explained, the first habit is to embrace responsibility. Stop avoiding tasks and start taking ownership of your life. When you procrastinate or avoid responsibility, you give up control over your life. By accepting responsibility, you gain the power to change your circumstances." The wise monk advised the young man to start small, completing simple tasks without delay and gradually taking on more significant responsibilities. This would build his confidence and sense of accomplishment. Number 2. Practice mindfulness *. Your mind is often clouded with anger and frustration, the monk continued. The second habit is mindfulness. Learn to live in the present moment, aware of your thoughts and actions. When you feel anger rising, pause, take a deep breath, and observe your feelings without reacting impulsively. Mindfulness would help to control your temper and make better decisions, free from the influence of negative emotions. Number 3. Cultivate discipline *. Success requires discipline, the monk said. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and their achievement. Start by setting a daily routine and sticking to it, no matter how you feel. Over time, this discipline will become a habit, and you will find it easier to stay focused and motivated. The monk suggested starting the day early, with a clear plan of tasks to accomplish, and resisting the temptation to delay them. Number 4. Acknowledge and learn from mistakes. You cannot grow if you refuse to acknowledge your mistakes, the monk advised. The fourth habit is to accept your mistakes and learn from them. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. Instead of blaming others, reflect on what you could have done differently. This habit would help to develop humility and a growth mindset, essential for personal and professional success. Number 5. Develop a reading habit. The fifth habit is reading, the monk emphasized. Books are a source of endless wisdom and knowledge. Reading regularly will open your mind to new ideas, perspectives, and solutions to your problems. The monk recommended starting with books that inspire and motivate, gradually moving on to those that teach new skills and knowledge. Reading would fuel the young man's mind, keeping him curious and eager to learn. Number 6. Set clear goals. Without clear goals, you will drift aimlessly, the monk explained. The sixth habit is to set specific, achievable goals. These goals will give you direction and purpose. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps, and work on them consistently. Setting and achieving goals would give a sense of direction and accomplishment, keeping him motivated and focused. Number 7. Surround yourself with positive influences. Finally, the monk said, surround yourself with positive influences. The people you associate with have a significant impact on your mindset and behavior. Seek out those who inspire you, challenge you to be better, and support your growth. The monk encouraged the young man to distance himself from negative influences and seek out mentors, friends, and communities that align with his aspirations. The monk said to young man, if you follow these steps along with eating light and easily digestible food, avoid junk food, breathing exercise and doing physical exercise daily, you can bring the changes in life and become successful. After listening, the young man understood the meaning of the monk's words, and he promised the monk to bring these habits to life. Then he bowed to the monk, thanked him and left from there. So friends, many of us each have habits in our lives. If you want to bring positive change in your life, then start doing and adopting these habits in your life from today, and you will see that your life will start moving in the direction of progress and achieving your goals.